Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Impossible Mowers. Today's video is going to be on this new rig, the Craftsman 2. You may have seen this Craftsman in the back of one of our videos. If you look carefully, you'll see it on when I show the shed. Part of the video, I think I showed a little bit of the hood here, but I don't know, it could have been a different video. But anyways, we got this at a machinery show. And the guy was selling it for 40 bucks. And the story to it is the owner passed away and he only used it 3 or 4 times. And it's just been sitting in a garage all its life. So it's pretty new. Like one of our, I'd probably say it's the newest rig besides the Cub Cadet that we have here, because it's been used so little and it's still got the stock motor and the oil's brand new. I mean, it's pretty much been sitting most of its life. From what we heard from the owner, or the guy who was selling it, it's been sitting for about 10 to 15 years. It's a 1998 Craftsman, 1989. I keep getting my Craftsman mixed up with this one. Goler Command Craftsman 2. I've never actually seen one of these in person. They're not rare, but there is a specific year of Craftsman 2s where they are very rare, but this is definitely not one of them because they have the axle shaft that is the same thing as mine. With one of the other Craftsmans, a really old one, they had a cast iron axle shaft, which it was strong, but the problem was if it was cold out and you hit a rock on the tire, and this axle popped up, it would probably crack right up under here on this little lip here. But no, yeah, this thing's pretty much a solid rig. I mean, the frame's good, engine turns over. I would start it, but we're having some battery issues. So I will have to fix that on my own time. It's a wiring mess here. The mice didn't get too bad in here, but I will show you. They did get, I think, right in here. It's hard to see with the camera. Right in this little wire where it goes into the fuse box. But like I said, it wasn't too bad. But no, this rig is great. We've taken it mudding, as you may have seen. We're trying to PB blast some the bolts here to try and get them a little more working again. We definitely did that with the ignition here because my camera lighting is terrible. The ignition was kind of rusty, so it would be really hard to turn on, but we used some of this good stuff, PB Blaster, and it works great now, like brand new. This did come with a blade deck, but knowing us, we took it off. I think it's got an iron meter on it. Nope. But this year, so there's a specific year of lawnmowers in general where these classified as tractors. Nowadays people just say, oh, they're lawnmowers and stuff, but this was actually classified as a lawn tractor. Because most of the stuff you could do with these was some of the stuff that you could do on an actual tractor. You could run a rototiller, plow, the classic blade deck. I've seen people run snowblowers. There's a lot of things you can do with this that you can do with real tractors, which is really cool. It's really nifty. Like I said, it's a 6-speed, which is really nice. It shifts real good. Belt's brand new. Steering is great, although we gotta fix this part. One thing that people always do with almost all their lawnmowers, I know a lot of my friends that do it, a lot of YouTubers do it, the steering shafts on the LT1000s, the 98 LT1000s, are the best lawnmower steering systems, one of the best that was ever made in American history, because there's this steering shaft, for example. It's a shaft that runs all the way right down underneath the battery tray. And you got this big gimbal, about the size of my arm, and it spins like this. and the shaft comes on top and spins like this. So it's a really weird gimbal setup, but they're known for failing. They like to skip teeth even when you're not romping on them. So if you can imagine us going into the dirt and mud with this thing, wouldn't be a good scenario. And it's also really wiggly. So we're just gonna fix it for a little bit, and then we're just gonna beat it until the steering breaks, which shouldn't be long. And then we're hoping to slap an LT1000 steering shaft in there. The LT1000 steering shaft, just so you viewers can know about this is pretty important. Like the one on mine, that's the LT1000 Chuck. The steering shaft goes all the way down, straight down to the bottom of the frame, right around there. And there's a plate with gears, and that's what pivots, and that is your steering. And then it goes all the way down to the quote-unquote upper control arm, well, the axle here, and then it goes to the tie rod, and it's a really good steering system, and a lot of people like them. I love them. They're not only is it easy to steer, but if you look at this guy, look at the amount of play here. Very lightly doing that. With the LT1000 steering, no play. And even if there is play, it's very little. But this one, there's a lot of play. Needs to be aligned. We need some new tires in the front. You may have already seen, they're looking quite dilapidated there. Definitely gonna need some new rubber on this old girl. And we're thinking of getting ag tires for the rear and for the front, but not too sure. Pulley, like everything underneath this mower, it's like brand new. It's really awesome. It's really cool. As I said before, oil and motor, it runs great. It's like a dream. And I would run it for you guys, but we are dealing with a wiring issue, and I don't want to fiddle around with that too much at the moment. But close the hood so you guys can see it from like standard. We did hook up these off-road lights to it. Look at that. It's a really cool lawnmower. For 40 bucks, it was a freaking steal. And I mean, every lawnmower is gonna have that small little problem with it. That's just the way it works. But for the amount of problems this thing has, it's quite easy to fix. So I'm not complaining. I'm just gonna keep fixing it until we get it good and running, and hopefully you guys will be able to see this on the trails when we get this thing going. And I think that's it. Let me check back here. Yeah, we did take it through some mud before the battery quit on us. But that's pretty much it. No, yeah, solid rig. These things are great, and they're good for their ventilation, as you can tell. We call these the square body ears because obviously it's the square body. I mean, like the hood's a square, you know, so we just call them square bodies, but in general, it's just a typical lawnmower. Not tractor. Okay. We did hook up these lights. I think they work. Nope. Okay. Batteries probably dead. Yep. So that is the new rig. Like I said, I really hope we can get this thing on the trail soon. Although it's pretty cold out, and yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the one thing I don't like about these lawn tractors is the tie rod. These are I don't know if they're stainless steel or if they're just I don't know what type of metal they are, but whatever the hell they are really good at bending. If you don't have your wheel straight and you hit a rock coming in at the front tire, it's going to push the axle this way and bend your tie rod. So that's why I put a welded cast iron tie rod on Chuck, because I think we blew through, I think I bent my tie rod, I think we counted 89, 90 times. And when they bend, they kind of go up into like this little cone shape. and they hit your pulley, your drive pulley, and it sparks and it makes it look like you got a 4th of July event going on under there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this thing, I'm telling you, man, this thing is so, it's unbelievable how new this thing is. Like, it's still got the drive pulley logo on it. I mean, it's still got the frame stickers on it. Like, it's hard to see. My lighting is terrible. I'm using the phone today. But I mean, this thing's an absolute beast. And besides the steering and the tires and the wiring, I mean, those are really basic things to fix. So that is definitely something. This is definitely something that's going to perform, I believe it's going to perform really good on the trails when it's fully operational. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys like the new rig. We're hoping to put more decals on it. We're in the shed quickly here because I really wanted to show you guys something. I wanted to show you 2 things before we end the video. I wanted to show you the steering shaft in this, just so you guys can get a visual idea on what it looks like. The new lights we got in the back, and we did order the boat fuse for Chuck. I recommend these on all off-roading lawnmowers. They come with a nice bag of fuses. And of course, the boat fuse. These are waterproof, weatherproof, winterproof, you name it. We get the boat fuses because if you think about it, the boats are always out there in the harbor and stuff, and they're getting water, they're getting ice, they're getting cold, and these are waterproof, not water resistant. So basically, you have your 12, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you can get like one with 24 fuses, you can get ones with 40. I got the 12 because we're not running a lot on the lawnmower. But basically, each fuse represents a accessory you're running, and the red lights on the side here, if right over here on the, in the middle of the thing, if you blow a fuse, those lights will turn on and indicate to you that you need to change your fuse, which is really neat. The installation is really easy. You got one screw, whatever it is, it's like a big one, it's kind of covered there, right there, and you got another screw right there. Basically, your positive and your negative, and you plug that in directly from your battery, so you will need extra battery cables, and that's it. You just plug your accessories in through the top here, up here, and then through the sides, and you're done. That's literally it. It's quick and easy. It even comes with a little manual to show you guys how to do it, and labels to label your stuff on the side here. So this is pretty cool. I think it was a really good buy. Depending on which one you get, I know the 40 fuse one is like something like 30 bucks, 50 bucks. But this one was like 25 bucks. And I mean, yeah, it might be a lot, not terribly expensive, but I know some people can be on a budget, like me sometimes, but I promise when you get these guys, they're worth the money. So that's that. And then I'll show you guys, we got the cigarette plug lighted up. We got it all wired up here. So you take this guy, smack it right in there. I think, right? Is it on? There we go. The red light comes on. You flip the switch. And there you go. Ain't that something? And you can have a little mode. You can switch your modes right here. It goes like that. And then you can have the reverse light mode, which is just that. So it's pretty cool. We got 2 more of these, which we are going to put on at some point in my lifetime. But I don't want to put those on until we get a new hood, because as you can tell, it's kind of wrenched. I'm kind of getting a little sick and tired of the hood here. So I'm thinking just buy a brand new one, 60 bucks eBay, or just go over to my closest scrapyard and just get one for like 20 bucks, or do like a horse trade. But here's the steering shaft I want to show you guys. It's this little plate There's two of them. There's one on the top, one on the bottom. And you can see right here, next to the wiring mess, those are your gears, which makes it really convenient for turning. You don't skip your teeth, and they can take a beating. And look at the amount of play I have in this wheel. That's my play. Very little. You know, instead of having a one that goes all the way like that, no, this goes very little. So I just wanted to show you guys that, just so you have like a visual understanding of what the difference is between the steering shaft. I could not show you on the other mower because the battery, it's a hassle. I don't even want to get into it, but I think, yeah, it's the same thing on this one here. You got the battery, and then the steering shaft, you can't even access it without unbolting your battery tray. And even then, you gotta like unbolt these little side pins. It's a pain in the arse, I'll tell you that. But you know, they're strong rigs. You know, you can't deny them that. The square bodies and the LT1000s, they're good rigs. With mine, I mean, I always have my gas tank loose. I'm pretty sure you guys have always seen it like that, because if I run out of fuel, turn it like that, quick and easy. Between the two mowers, these are pretty strong mowers. The Cub Cadet, I don't know, Yogi. The carburetor for these are $150. The carburetor on these, $20, $15. They're cheap and they work good too. These are the type of Kohlers where if you got a problem with them, you're in for a money pit. I'll tell you that. Starter is around $50 to $60. Carburetor is around $150, $180. Let's see, air filter $30 to $40. Although you could get an aftermarket one for like $15, $10. But I don't like to run aftermarket too much on these because they're meant to be cheap. They're not meant to last long. They're meant to just be a quick fix for a month or two, and then before you know it, you're starting to have problems again. I try to go with straight to the manufacturer. I know with this one, we just run the stock Kohler one. I think Buck is using a, you can't see it, but in here, he's using, I think it's either I think it's K&N. K&N filters. Good filters. But, anyways, that is it for today's video. Hope you like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, click that bell notification. Hope you guys stay safe, and we'll catch you next time.